Good morning! Today I'm going to draw Bonehead. This is Bonehead as I sketched him for my book Gigantosaurus, and this is how he ended up on the cover. In the book, he's not the nicest character. He's like the boy who cried wolf in the dinosaur world. But in the TV series, she is much nicer. She's a girl and she's called Mazu. So, as you can see from these sketches, Bonehead or Mazu is quite a simple shape, kind of like a round, sort of eggy shaped blob with big eyes, some hands. Likes to carry this drum around in the book a lot and bash on it with some bones. So I'm going to start off with the eyes. So if we draw one big eye, nice circle, and then it can be looking right at us. So put the pupil right in the middle with a little white dot for the light, and then the iris around the outside. There's one eye. And then, as I said, it's quite a simple shape, but we're going to have her holding a drum, or him holding a drum. So if I do the nose, which is kind of like a curve, very simple shape with some nostrils, like that, and then the other eye, with the iris there on the outside. I think Bonehead by brown eyes. And then he's got quite a simple mouth, just a little smiley mouth, like that. Maybe a little line there, look, and a tooth. You can have one tooth or two teeth even, sticking up out of his mouth. And then I think we'll draw the lip kind of goes round the end of the mouth, that's curvy like that. And then the body comes down from here, but I'm going to stop because we'll draw the drum. So the drum, like I say, it's kind of like a big seed or something that he split apart and made into a drum. So if you do like kind of that shape, like a sort of, that's the top of the drum. And then it's got a half a circle like this, like going round, and you can do little lines like this going round on it. They're like the edges of the seed. Maybe make this edge a bit bumpy. And it's kind of held onto his body, or her body, by a string that goes over their arms there. So I'm going to draw the arms next. They don't get in the way when we're drawing the body. So this hand, draw a kind of rounded cube like I have on the other dinosaurs because it's holding onto the bones. And then if you draw the thumb, it's kind of like a blob like that with a wrinkle. You can even draw a bit of a fingernail in, look like this. Then the other fingers are like a little row of very fat sausages, and maybe put a little tiny wrinkle where the knuckles are. And then you can join that up to the body with a sort of two lines that are about the same shape as each other like this. A little bit of shading. There we are. And then to bang on the drum, he or she uses like a bone. So a bone is just like two parallel lines. Go at the bottom here, have them a bit jig-jaggedy like it's a broken bone. And then this kind of cartoon end of a bone shape. Like that. So that's one bone. Now the other one, we'll draw another hand here. Like that. And you can do the other bone sticking down. And then this arm goes into the body like this. There. So that's her two arms with the bones. Now the body's kind of hidden, so it's a little bit tricky, but you can see it's just kind of a round shape like this. And if you curl up to the tail, like that, quite little, this one, isn't it? I've drawn it much smaller than the last dinosaurs I've drawn. And then they have a thing on the end, like a basher. I don't know what the real name is. On the end of the tail, it's an Ankylosaurus, or an Ankylosaur. And they have like a big bashy thing that would use to protect them from T-Rexes and Giganotosauruses, actually. And this is on the end so they can bash things that try and attack them to protect themselves. It's called a, I think it's called a club. I'm not sure what it's called. I call it a basher. I think basher is a better name. And what else do we need on here, on him or her? We need the little ridges on its back. Again, I've not found out the name of these yet. There's some ridges. I think on the book I did a row of 2 ridges, but that sounds a bit complicated, so we'll leave it like that. And then obviously maybe we'll have it sort of walking along, so we'll have one leg here, but a bit bent rather than straight. And then you can draw the ground in, a shadow, like this. And the toenails, maybe some more rocks or some more grass, and a bit of dust maybe. And then this leg, you can just have sticking out, but it's kind of floating in the air, look, with toenails and a bit of a shadow. In the book it's marching quite fast, look, along here. This one's kind of maybe walking slightly slower, just taking a first step. Does it need anything else? I think we need it has like the pale tummy like the other dinosaurs. So if we go around here, down here, oh, some wrinkles where the leg joins. And then lots of scales again. Maybe you're not getting fed up of drawing scales. I've seen some very good scales on dinosaurs people have drawn. Maybe I'll draw more scales because this one was a bit quicker to draw. Maybe I drew it too quick. Again, if you think I've gone too fast, you can pause it and rewind and draw that bit again. There. And that is Bonehead, or maybe Mazu if you've seen the TV series. With a drum, maybe we'll do some writing on, do a bish, bash, bosh. There we go. And I think that is kind of finished. Remember, if it doesn't go right the first time, and mine doesn't always go right the first time, you can see from this one here how many times I drew Bonehead while I was trying to draw it. There's this one and this one and this one. This was actually, I'd already redrawn him a few times. And I was trying to do it stylized. It was called Bonehead because in an Ankylosaur, and they have heads that are very bony, so they can kind of bash things out of the way and it helps protect their heads. And that's why he was called Bonehead in the thing, and also because he's a bit silly. My dad used to call me Bonehead when I did something silly when I was younger, so maybe that was the inspiration as well. So if you do a Bonehead you like, you don't have to draw him with a drum or her with a drum. If you're drawing a Mazu, you could draw him carrying something else or just standing with his hands on his hips, whatever you like. If you do a drawing and you really like your drawing, please post it on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and I'll do some collages. Thank you very much.